Trump, sometimes he loses temperament and give certain statements.
All right, so it remains to be seen how this pans out in the coming days. Stay on with us. I'll come back to you once again. We have another breaking update coming in as far as Iran is concerned. We were waiting for a reaction from Iran, and now we have a statement that they have given to the news agency there. The Americans, they have said, demanded negotiations, everything they could not obtain through the war. So that is what Iran has said. A source close to the negotiating team has told the agency that the Americans demanding everything through negotiation that they could not obtain through war. So could this be a regime change that they also demanded during the 21-hour negotiation that J.D. Vance also spoke about? Let me go across to Mayank, who's been tracking all the details. Mayank, we now have a reaction coming in from Iran. They've said that the U.S. side demanded through negotiation everything that they could not obtain through this war, the 6-week-long war in Iran.
Anything which could not be achieved through war, what does it mean actually? For that, we have to bring out what White House had put up as objectives right in the beginning. First was to destroy the military capabilities of Iran. And second was to destroy it, in blunt their capabilities to assist their proxies. That was the second objective. I mean, primarily there were multiple objectives, but these were said in so many words. And largely, the war started with regime change. So what the statement, I'll just pick up those points wherein it says that what could not be achieved with war. Does that mean that there had been proposals forwarded which also talks about weaponry and all, but nuclear aspect, I believe, will remain the core point in this case also. And I can interpret that it was also from Iran's side, this is the same thing which is being now talked about. But that, in a way, see, what had happened, even after so many attacks and kind of weaponry which was used, Iran had been saying that they could not, the other factions, which is the US and Israel, could not achieve or lead to total destruction of their nuclear sites or missile development capabilities or industrial complexes of the Iran. So I believe that is one thing on which, and as already Vice President has said, that nuclear aspect remains important for them, and all those tools, and these tools words can be, it has multiple connotations actually. All those tools could not be, I mean, they wanted that Iran forgo or give up all those tools also. So this is the point, again, Iran is trying to signify also, but let us wait further, because more statements will definitely come out, as there has been a proposal before leaving for US, J.D. Vance, as we had been reporting, that he has again talked about a proposal which is in front of Iran now. So we have to still wait and for more words or statements coming out from Iran's side.
Absolutely, because before leaving, the Vice President of the United States has made it quite clear that they are leaving, but there will be a final offer before Iran, and it remains to be seen whether they will accept it or not. We have another breaking update coming in. Stay on with us. I'll come back to you once again. We are learning that as far as the media outlet of Iran is concerned, they are reporting that Iran has no plan for another round of talks. This is very important because just a while back, J.D. Vance, the Vice President of the United States, who was part of the delegation, has already left, and now Iran is also saying that there has been no plan for another round of talks. Man, coming back to you on this, because there were reports that there was going to be a second round of talks on day 2 of the Islamabad negotiations. But now we are learning J.D. Vance has already left. Iran is saying that they have no plans for another round of talks. So does this mean we're back to square one? There has been no headway. J.D. Vance has said that there will be a final offer, but clearly there will be no further negotiation in Islamabad.
It was definitely a positive move to see the two sides meeting each other at such a high level after almost 47 years. Imagine the way the things were moving. But then finally we are back to the square one, which means that there's no agreement between the two sides on anything. But the posturing has begun now, because people back home, which is in Iran, they have to give a message to their people that we have maintained a hard stance. We did not budge on anything or the things which were not detrimental to our country. Those stances will come out, but understand this point. It was Iran in the initial days when the talks were on 5 points were going on. They said, no, we were not talking. And then suddenly statements came out that they had come out of the talks. Now they were, when this talk was about to begin, they said, no, we were not going to be part of it. And then you finally found people, and it's a huge delegation, 70-member delegation, which landed to this place. So now that one thing is clear, that there is no agreement, or at least publicly it has not been announced. Mind it, in such high-stake talks, at times things are not also put across in front of the public, so that better understanding can be achieved or better deals can be achieved. And it is definitely a very high-stake talk for the world. I am deliberately using this word, whether directly or indirectly. So let us wait further. Let's wait and watch, because day is long. We might get something which gives us a hint on what has happened. Also, let me bring out the statement made by the President Donald Trump, because that also gives a peep into the things which might happen in the future. And mind it, the President says that war objectives have been achieved. Does that mean that he'll be bringing down the level of operations and let the diplomacy take things forward? So we have to still wait, because things are not, they remain nebulous. Things are still in a nebulous state. And let us wait and watch, because final proposal is yet to be talked about, as J.D. Vance has announced.
Absolutely, and it remains to be seen what that really is. But for now, we are learning that both the sides have said that there will be no further negotiation. J.D. Vance, as you saw in the visuals, has already headed back to the United States. Iranian side has said that there will be no further talks with the United States. Stay on with me, Mayank. Let me also go across to my colleague Rishabh, who's been tracking all the details from the national capital. Rishabh, this is very important, because this comes a day after J.D. Vance had warned that US will not be receptive if Iran attempts to stall the negotiation. But something has happened behind those doors, because there were reports that there was going to be a second round of talks, but clearly both the sides have made it quite clear that there has been no headway, no agreement has been reached. J.D. Vance saying that this is a bad news for Iran. So it appears that we are back to square one. Take us through more details as to what has happened in Islamabad in the last 24 hours.
Well, behind the closed door, the sources suggest, and this is coming in from top Iranian sources, that US was adamant to get what they could not get in the war. The nuclear facilities need to shut at the word go. That is something that was not okay with Iran. Iran has learnt it hard way that we need to be capable to ensure that there is no attack on us, and that is something that Iran regime now adheres to. Iran said that the allies and rights will not be compromised, which means that be it Lebanon, be it Yemen, be it Gaza, our allies need to have protection. So the Hezbollahs, the Hamas, the Houthis, the militias in Iraq will have impunity from any future attack from Israel or United States or United States-backed forces. This is something that Iran wanted to have it written and a guarantee from United States.
All right, so it remains to be seen how it pans out in the coming week, because there's still a week window that remains as far as the negotiations are concerned. I'll back to you, Rishabh, once again. We have a